In 1994, we had already had a lot of cartoon mascots trying to make a name for themselves. We had the obvious heroes like Sonic and Mario, but there was also the likes of Zool, Bubsby the Bobcat, and even James Pond. But there was one hero about to launch on outer screens in a very memorable computer game that not only spawned a series of great games, but also the very own cartoon series. Today, Noob Games Reviews looks at Earthworm Jim on the Super Nintendo. The Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles franchise gave a lot of publishers some ideas, and Playmates Toys wanted a computer game that they could latch onto and put in the market to copy the Turtles' success. Doug Temple sketched a draft copy of Earthworm Jim and presented it to Shiny Entertainment. Impressed, they snapped up the rights and development started. The producers had previous knowledge of the platform genre, with Cool Spot already being released, and Earthworm Jim satired these games. An example of this is a damsel in distress being named Princess What's-Her-Name in reference to the lazy plot of most platformers at the time. The game was released in October 1994. It uses a 2D platform mechanic. Jim can shoot, jump, and whip his own head around in various levels to defeat some strange and wacky enemies. Some take a quick shot, but some need whipping with his head. The plot is that Jim's suit fell on him while being stolen by Professor Monkey for a head, which gave him magical powers, and it's Jim's job to rescue the princess. Everything in this game is out to get you, and yep, I do mean everything. If it's not the swooping enemies, it's the spikes or it's the gaps in the platforms. And be warned, when you enter this game, it's not easy, and it will take great skill and memory to complete. The levels are long, and expect to spend a good 10-15 minutes on some levels. The platform mechanics are unforgiving here, with some leaps and gliding needed to advance. I mean, Jim can use his head to hover and swing in certain points of the games. I mean, what else is a superhero earthworm to do? There are some variations in gameplay. There are some racing levels where it's Jim's task to beat his opponent to the end of the level. And in other levels, for example this one, For Pete's Sake, it involves Jim whipping a puppy across a level, avoiding baddies and pits. If the puppy doesn't avoid these enemies, he attacks him, and it knocks Jim further back in the level to try and complete it. The graphics are fantastic, with animation that looks hand-drawn. It's smooth and full of character. The music is also good, with different music at different levels, with funny sound effects and catchphrases for Jim. As I mentioned earlier, the publishers wanted to create a franchise, so in 1995, Earthworm Jim the cartoon was released with one of the best theme tunes ever. Take a listen.
Despite his great big muscles and his really big ray gun, Jim is still an earthworm, but then he's the only one with a super suit to make him really super strong. Jim can be a winner if we only sing along. Earthworm Jim,
we think he's mighty fine.
Earthworm Jim,
a hero for all time.
Earthworm Jim, hooray for Jim! Groovy!
The cartoon ran for 2 series and carried on the comedy and feel of the game. Dan Castellaneta from The Simpsons voiced Jim in the cartoon. The game was ported to the Sega Mega Drive and also released for the new generation of consoles through their on-demand services. However, I firmly believe that Earthworm Jim and its sequel is one of the best games on the system. The graphics, the music and going hand in hand with the cartoon makes this game very memorable indeed. In fact, I adore this game so much, I've even got a tattoo of him on my leg. As I said, there was a couple of sequels, Earthworm Jim 2, Earthworm Jim 3D, and Earthworm Jim Menace to the Galaxy. However, the final game didn't review too well, so this put a nail in the coffin of the series. Overall, the original game holds up very well. Indeed, Sega decided to put it on a title on the Sega Mega Drive mini console that was released in 2019. I still play this original game to this day. Most gamers will be aware of Earthworm Jim, but if you haven't played it, give it a try. You won't be disappointed. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time on Noob Game Reviews.